everybody, good morning. I wanted to keep it real today with you and just convey that I don't know what it is about February, but it's not my month. I really struggle in February to stay positive. I don't know what it is about this month. I don't know if it's because it's gray. This year so far, knock on wood, we don't have any snow, but that could change at any time. I just struggle so much to keep my head above water. It feels very much like I'm drowning a lot in February. I just want to go to bed and put the covers over my head. So I'm struggling with that this month. And so I'm still making and I'm still doing the virtual residency and I'm still got stuff going on, but it feels like I'm pushing through water, like I'm moving. My body feels sluggish, even though I'm exercising and I'm trying to be out there and stay positive. So today is, I have to go pick up my work from Granville Island. And so I'm gonna go down there and I'm going to pick up my work and then I'm gonna go have some tea, finish my book for the book club that I'm leading on Friday, and just try to push through this feeling to get through it. I'm not depressed all the time. I'm not down all the time. I am having some moments of levity, which are nice. But overall, it's been a bit of a struggle. And we've also had illnesses. Both my kids have been sick and I've been taking care of them. And so, I think I'm also learning a new style of parenting as my kids are getting older and they're always around. They're kind of they kind of run their own things, and I am the facilitation of that is very different when they're older. And I find that sometimes I'm adjusting to it better than others. And so, yeah, just trying to be totally honest that, this month so far has been a challenge overall. And I'm very happy though about one thing, which is that these little pieces that I'm working on, these little River Poet pieces, are moving really well. I'm on number 4 right now. So I was hoping to get 4 done. 4 was my number for the month, and I'm already, we're halfway. Today is the 15th, and I'm already at 4. So I would love to be able to get 6 done this month. I think 6 is reasonable, because I think I have 8 or 10 in total that I'm making. So that is a positive. And I'm just gonna keep going today and just try to push through this feeling a little bit. And then I have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in the studio, and I'm hoping that those days will feel good and I'll feel like I'm getting some groundedness and some work done that needs to get done. And then hopefully it'll lift a bit of this heaviness that I feel for the month of February. So I'll check in again later. Hey everybody. So today's day 1 of 3 days in the studio here. Unfortunately, just like in January, the heating has still not been repaired. And so it is manageable to be in here with some extra layers, but not ideal. Certainly not ideal. So I'm just kind of taking this as it goes. I feel like 2024 is this so far has been this year of like, sure, things will go okay, but just gonna throw this little wrench into this situation right now. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I am here, I'm working, I am putting the bindings onto the 4 quilts I finished. And I'm also going to be doing some drawing today. I'm very excited to get into this. I did bring my books to do some reading, but I may have to go get a blanket if I'm going to sit here and read, because ultimately it's going to be chilly. I might do that actually. I'll bring a blanket back with me once I've finished lunch and just sit here and read, because the thing is, I can like cloister myself in my room in my house, but my house is loud. There's people there, my sons are there, my husband's there, they're doing their thing. And this space, like the quiet of this space and the solitude of this space is really important to me at this stage. So yeah, I also have some notes. So I finished this book. So there's some notes from Women in the Picture that I'd like to put into my notebook for future reference, for future work, writing that I may be doing. The 100-day project starts tomorrow, so I'm going to be starting my writing prompts, and that is 5 to 10 minutes of writing every day on a specific prompt that I've set up for myself. What else? I need to do some work in my studio planner, just like sorting it out, but that I will probably do tomorrow or Monday. And I do have some hand stitching that I'm working on this one as well, so I'll be doing a bit of that. So drawing, stitching, reading, doing a little bit of note taking, thinking, just being in the flow. That's what I'm trying to do here. Flow for 3 days. So I will check in again later. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2 in the studio. It's still cold, so I've done a different attempt of layering today. I should probably put this on as well. So I ended up working quite late yesterday. I managed to complete all of the binding on the 4 quilts that I've finished, so I'll show you that. I also forgot to mention to you that I brought over the fabric for the bed quilt, the throw quilt that I'm making for a friend, and I continued working on that. I'm almost done cutting up the gray fabric for the piecing, so I'm gonna continue that today and try to get all the gray fabric cut, so that the next fabric I'll have to cut is all the colored patterned fabric for the other parts of the quilt. Today's also day 1 of the 100-day project, and this is my prompt list. I wrote out 100 prompts for myself, and these, I'm not going to necessarily write them in order. I'm going to look at the prompts, I'm going to pick something that I feel called to write about each day, and then just cross them off this list. I think I'm going to use this notebook. I was thinking about starting a new special notebook for it, but the reason I want to use this one is because I started it, as you can see, in 2020. These spiral bound note paper books for me are books where I keep a lot of my book-based research writing. So I'll write out whenever I'm reading a book that I think pertains to the work that I'm, or something I'm interested in, I'll write the quotes out in this book. I also use it as a notebook for meetings, webinars that I might attend. I use it to write out different ideas for things. I've used it in different online classes and crit crews and things like that. So I don't really want to start a new book and have this one just lingering. I'd rather get this one filled up, and then once I fill up this one, start a new one, etc. So I'm gonna, I think, cut up this paper, glue the prompts into the book, and then I'll be able to just cross them off. I thought it was faster to just print it and cut it up and glue it in than to rewrite all the prompts inside the book, and it'll just keep my list in one place. And I have a whole section here. It's actually the last section, because this binder was like arbitrarily divided by the company. I have this whole last section, and this is going to be my writing section for this project. I'm only going to be writing for 5 to 10 minutes per day. I'm not really interested in something that is extensive. Instead, I'm trying to just create a practice and like get juices flowing and like just experiment with writing. You know, and not put a lot of pressure on myself, because I feel like if I do put pressure on myself, then I'm not gonna do it. And also I will be traveling during this time for 2 weeks. So I wanted to make sure it was something manageable that I could take with me on my travels and do while still, you know, being on vacation, and not feel like it's consuming all my time. And so creating a consistent writing practice has been something that I've been wanting to establish since 2021. It was one of my goals in 2021, and I still haven't really done it. The Thrive Together network that I'm a member of also has monthly art writing meetups where you just get together. You can either pick a prompt that the facilitator has chosen, or you can just write about whatever you want. And it's about 40 minutes of consistent writing. So I did that in February, and I ended up writing, 2.5 pages, which I think is really good. Like, it's just practicing this muscle, like practicing writing, because I think that at this stage of my art career, writing is what's going to take it to the next level. And I want to be, more consistent with practice and more consistent with working through those things. So, yes, and I am going to start drawing today as well, but I'm going to get this fabric cut first, and then I'm going to start thinking and doing some drawing. The drawings are kind of a whole other thing that I might talk you through later, but basically I have rethought this larger body of work that I've been working on for years, and I've reformulated how the imagery is best conveyed. I was very stuck on a style of mixed media that I enjoy looking at and that I wanted my work to imbue. And I think that it was actually putting too much into the work. It was too many layers, too much complexity, and also it would have required too much of my time to prep all the images that I wanted to photo transfer. And so I was doing a workshop through the Thrive Together network with a wonderful artist who actually was my crit crew leader in 2021. So I knew that it would be a great workshop, and it was, because she's able to kind of say things and that like make my brain kind of explode. And she did this, she was able to do that in this one as well, where I realized that I was adding so much complexity to these images and they don't need it. And I can really pare it down and make it more cohesive as a body of work by taking away some of that complexity that I was building into it that I felt I wanted. And I feel really good about this direction because A, it's going to take less time to do this work. B, it's going to really synthesize the imagery and make it much more, I think, center stage for people when they're looking at the work. And B, I think it's just going to create a very much more cohesive body of work that people can look at and see that it goes together with a lot more clarity. And the other bonus is that the piece that didn't work out, that I talked about in my, or maybe I've talked about in this vlog, I can't remember, Soft Monument, I will be able to revive it, but much more simplified. So just taking out all of the loudness of it and simplifying it down to that one image, the central image of the fence. And I'm really, really happy that I feel able to redo that piece, but not have to try to workshop the things that went wrong with the photo transfer process, because I've just eliminated that process. I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that this feels like the right direction for this work. So that's where I am this morning. I've talked for 8 minutes. I gotta get to work, so I will check in again later. Hey everybody. Okay, so I'm about to go have my lunch break, so I just wanted to catch you up on what I got done this morning. I glued my prompts into my book. These two, so 4 different pages. Obviously, there's not enough space on these pages to cover all of these prompts, but I'm just gonna move forward and then go back and check off the list when I've written about them. So that is what I did. And then I also cut this gray fabric, and I did not realize when I was looking at the pattern, I need over 300 of these. So I did 193 today, and I'm not gonna do any more of this today. I will do this next week or in 2 weeks or something. I'm not gonna work that much on those. So I got those done. And then over here, you can see that I did, so now I've got cut 144 of these, this size, and today I did 36 of the 2 by 9.5, and then 72 of the 2 by 6.5. So, and then I've already done these. So I've almost done the gray. And the last is 324 of the 2 by 3.5. So I have to get up to 324, and then I am done the gray, and then I have to cut these colors for this quilt. Good morning, everybody. It's the final day in the studio for February. I do have some days booked at the end of March as well. So what am I working on today? Well, today I'm going to be doing my 100-day project writing prompt, which I started yesterday and worked pretty well. And I'm also going to be doing some drawing and some cutting of fabric, so some larger pieces of fabric. I'm going to cut them for future pieces. I'm just going to go through, I have a lot of old sheets, old white sheets, and I want to go through them and figure out the best kind of ones to start cutting up for these pieces. I think it might be helpful for me to just cut a whole bunch of them in a batch so that they're ready to go for future. And you know, it's still cold in here. But yesterday I kind of came up with a method like of bundling that worked well with the toque and the hood and a vest. I brought the vest again just in case. And then I am going to be sitting for a lot of it because I'm going to be drawing, so I'll be able to have my heating pad on when I'm doing that. But otherwise, I think I'm going to start with cutting the fabric, just start with movement. Yeah, so that's my day today. I will be packing up. I have to do some mom chauffeuring around noon, and I will be packing up probably a bit earlier today, probably like around 3. I think, because I want to just get stuff ready for tomorrow, get out of this mode, I guess, give myself some buffer time to transition out of the making everyday mode, which has been really great. But it takes some energy to put things away at home and to like get into dinner mode and all those things. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I will check in again when I've got more to share. Hey everyone, I just wanted to wrap up this studio vlog here. I feel like it might be a bit disjointed this month. February was all over the place. I was doing the virtual residency. I did feel like it was a pretty productive month and I got a lot done, but I also feel like we had illnesses, we had just I had kind of mental health dips, which is something that frequently happens to me in February. I'm not sure why, but that month, more than I'm fine in January, but as soon as February hits, I just feel really down. So it was a challenging month to just keep an even keel, and so I think this studio vlog probably reflects that. But going into March, I will have less studio time to share with you because I'm traveling for 2 weeks. So there will be some fun content coming up, but it may not be as studio vlog heavy for March. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I really appreciate those of you who watch these. They are not my highest rated videos, and I don't make them for that reason to get a lot of views, but I do appreciate you watching them. I appreciate you caring about my practice and my work, and yeah, I just wanted to thank you for that. So I will see you again in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.